Hey folks, welcome back to 80 Days. Last time we made it here to Moscow. I feel like things are progressing a little bit slowly, to be honest. Anyway, our grand plan is to probably take this train line at least here. There's an issue with Vladivostok that I have mentioned. And I'm worried that is going to come up if we go that way. So I guess we should spend the night here first. That's all we can do, so let's do that. And then yeah, I guess we'll take the train. And I think even if you pick a later option, I'm pretty sure you have the option to get off at any stop. So anyway, Moscow was not a comfortable city for a Frenchman. A local composer had just written a piece people were calling the 1812 Overture, commemorating the Russian victory over Napoleon's invading Grand Army in that fateful year. Patriotic passions were at fever pitch, but I did not let that stop me from exploring the city, though I resolved to... just keep quiet. Remain mute and unobjectionable should I encounter anyone. Pay for a coach, why not? I paid for a coach, admiring the coachman's uniform of blue caftan with a fitted cap. The coach was in the new style, horseless, powered by a rumbling coal-fed steam engine. I ventured away from the wide boulevards and the eclectic architecture of the Verskaya Street towards... I don't know what the Kremlin is. Let's find out. Towards the Kremlin. Spasskaya Tower, topped by the two-headed imperial eagle, loomed over the square, but my eye was drawn to... I feel like this would be more interesting. A woman handing out pamphlets by a public water fountain. She was carefully avoiding the Cossack patrols, and keeping away from the more finely dressed ladies and gentlemen in the square. I took a pamphlet from her, intending to question her of its contents, but she hurried away with some alacrity. That is a word I've never heard before. The pamphlet itself was printed on a very cheap paper, and had a crude picture of a rather morose-looking farmer drawn in the middle of the Cyrillic text. As the bells of the nearby church chimed the hour, I returned to our hotel, content with my brief view of the Tsar's capital city. And yeah, we lost a bit of money because we paid for the thing, that's fine. So did we actually get that? We did. What does it do? Okay. Interesting. So we can depart. When does this leave? Let's just pick here, for example. That's still tomorrow at 11. Oh, man. Otherwise, we can head over to Astrakhan. I still feel this is a good choice. Oh, I don't know, though. I really don't know. Oh, it's really hard to say. Is there anything we know about these towns? Because there's still something I'm thinking about. And I'm pretty sure it is one of these. Because you can see the info on the bottom there. Tough to say. I don't think there's much value in going down there is all. And we've missed that opportunity anyway. I don't know why we would want to go up to there. I don't think that's a good idea. I think the place I'm thinking of is this one. But it could be that one as well. Like, there's a place where we need to talk to someone. Whoops. Online things are active for some reason. I thought I turned those off, but it shouldn't be a problem. I guess we'll explore, because there's nothing else to do. Do we get anything out of that? No, we don't. Ooh, we could potentially stop by the bank. What time does this depart tomorrow? 11 a.m. I don't think that's going to work, because I think the bank opens at 10, and then it takes 2 hours to go there. So we'll miss our opportunity if we do that. So, yeah, I think our best option is to just wait for now. I don't think we can stop by the bank. I'm not sure about this so far. I am slightly concerned. What did we do? Just get some extra money. £69. Ooh, what's this? That night I woke. Something was fluttering in the darkness of my room, flapping at the end of my bed. A moth, no doubt. I ignored it, but it did not cease batting its noisy wings. Finally I dared to look more closely, only to find my moth was, in fact, a sheet of paper. The header ran Hotel Ritz, Paris. The message itself. I should not write, but I could not resist. Hopefully you will not find this at all. Your loyalty gives me hope. Do not lose heart. At the foot of the note was inked a tiny curved shape, perhaps a flower petal. I would think the window. Because like it fluttered, maybe it like flooded through the window, I don't know. My eyes turned to the window, hanging open, letting in as it did a sliver of breeze. Had this note been delivered that way? But by whom? A most curious puzzle. It's gotta be that lady thief again. Surely. Anyway. I don't know. As I have said many times, there's a problem with going here. I feel like we would want to stop somewhere on the way, but I can't remember where. No, it's gonna take too much. Let's just go... Let's go to maybe the place before Vladivostok. Ooh, we need more room. More room, more... Ah, look at that. Perfect. It's a good thing we bought those items before, because they certainly have helped us out in this occasion. So yeah, we're gonna stop at the town before the one that worries me. Because I believe... I don't know, maybe it's there, it's the town before? I don't remember, I'm pretty sure it's one of these cities along the way. Anyway, the bell in the stuccoed and whitewashed Moscow station gave its third and final clang, and the platform erupted into frenzy. We boarded calmly and found ourselves in a small cabin with heated water and even a shaving mirror. Oh, lovely. Oh, let's tend to Falk, get his health up to full. Like I've said before, waiting is kinda useless, for the most part. There's not much point in doing it, so... That's why if there's another option, you should just pick it. Just pick it, I find. We were away. I familiarized myself with the train's layout. The last two carriages were heavily guarded prison cars, then fourth class, then third, and so on, with amenities scattered between passenger cars. This one. The candlelit chapel was presided over by long-bearded Orthodox priests and full of the pious, and was positioned near the crew's quarters. I spent an hour listening to their murmured chanting and felt quite reassured. My bed that night swayed along with the motion of the train. From Moscow to Karamskaya was a journey over 5,000 miles, and we had only just begun. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time, that's for sure. Look, we'll wait this time, see what we get. Hey! We got mentioned. That rarely happens. Our fellow passengers were a mix of convicts, political radicals, prospectors, businessmen, and military officers. In the midst of this was a young lady, Rosa, modestly dressed in a rich military-style jacket and fur... what is that, toque? Talk to her. I made her acquaintance only too easily. She was desperate for our sympathetic ear, told me her great secret. She had fallen in love with a peasant boy in fourth class called Jack, by which I understood that they had shared a glance of extreme passion in the baggage car. Ah, to be so young again. I resolved to keep an eye on their burgeoning locomotive romance. We crossed the Volga in the early afternoon, crawling slowly over a bridge perched on high stone pillars. It was a muddy, sluggish river clogged with floating islands of rafts and large steamers bound for the Caspian Sea. And I could just hear the lifting, rhythmic, oar-beating songs of the Volga boatmen over the whistle of steamboats. Lovely. Probably. We'll converse. We haven't had that option yet. Because that's where we're going, right? I wonder if there's another way to get to Beijing from there. We know we can get to Vladivostok. Okay. We might have to go there, which is unfortunate. We crossed the Urals today. At the risk of sounding like a jaded traveller, I must admit that they are hardly magnificent. A heaving up of earth and forested hills for a few hundred miles. We stopped an hour at Ekaterinburg. There we go. We could get off here. I know it's one of these towns, but I can't remember which. There is something that we can do that'll help us with the later one. And I can't remember which one it is. I don't think it's this one, but if we do get off here, I think we'll have to wait for the next train to come, which will take even longer, and that's a real problem. Because, like, we know we can get here, but again, there's a problem that comes up there. So hang on, where does that even go? Oh, Beijing's back. Why would I want to go that way? Where's that? Yokohama. Oh, so that's down to Japan, isn't it? That's where we are right now. Yeah. Yeah. I still don't know what I want to do here. I think we'll keep going. I think we'll stay on board. Should we keep going with the young lady or not? Yeah, why not? Stopped in an hour there, where I spotted the young lady slipping off to 4th class. Her worried mama followed soon after, demanding whether anyone had seen her daughter Rosa. What do we say? Because we wanted this whole love thing to work out, of course. I made an excuse for Rosa, gesturing discreetly in the direction of the lavatories. There were mixed-sex conveniences, and a cause of much inconvenience, truth be told. Her mama... Interesting that I can pick her reaction here. See, I feel like they expect you to pick was convinced. So, you know, I'm going to pick the other one. Her mama regarded me with suspicion, but thankfully did not outright accuse me of ungentlemanly designs upon her darling daughter. Rosa returned a half-hour hence, cheeks flushed but otherwise unharmed. She cast me a grateful glance. I could only hope a little amour would not blossom into outright scandal. Oh boy, we had to wait. Fog spotted on fine form. I guess we could be doing worse, truth be told. But however, we could certainly be doing better. Remember the dumb stuff we did at the start? Actually, I think this trip cost quite a bit of money. I think it was like at least £3,000, actually. Anyway, time on board trains takes on a meditative quality. Why would we... I visited the library car and met Golan, the daughter of a Mongol chieftain who was poring over a thick volume of algebra. I lamented my lack of mathematical skill aloud, and she laughed. I must study algebra if I am to be an engineer in the Imperial Army of Russia. I wish to leave behind my ancestors' warriors past. But you have a glorious history, I replied, aghast. Golan turned the page. Glorious history for men, for war. I'm going to make my own history. She folded the book closed. You have travelled, monsieur. They call us barbarians, don't they? I felt sorry for her and wanted to soften the truth, which is that people across the world are at their most eloquent when denouncing other people whom they've never met. They do, I agreed, and did not try to ease the weight of my words. I have heard it said. She leaned forward, eyes shining. The truth is, there's a lot more going on in my country than most outsiders know. We are growing fast as a people. What do you mean? I asked, intrigued. This is the age of progress, she replied, tapping her books, of systems and of thermodynamics, and my people, we've discovered some very interesting things. I was intrigued and leant forward to hear more, but the girl shook her head. I won't tell you, she said, and laughed. I will show you tomorrow night on the deck. Well, this sounds interesting. I will be there, I nodded. We conversed until supper, and she presented me with her family's sword, a Mongolian horsetail banner. I don't have any need of my past where I am going, she said. You have it. Do with it what you will. Ah, so we actually got a thing. Ooh, and that's valuable in Yokohama. Interesting. Because we might be heading that way. Converse some more. So we know we can get to Vladivostok. Yokohama. There we go, now we know we can get there. Okay. Okay, Omsk. I feel like this is the... I don't know. I'm thinking, because we could lose a lot of time if we get off. I think I'm going to stay on. Omsk day, we decanted a full score of British, Dutch and German merchants, and took on more military officers who cleared an entire first-class carriage for the use of a mysterious couple. I caught a brief glimpse of the man before the carriage door slammed. He had pale brown skin and the eyes of a scholar, but was dressed in the fashion of the Ottoman court rather than the Russian Imperium. I was fairly overset with curiosity, but it would be several days before I encountered the couple again. The hour grew late, and my meeting with Golan the mathematician approached. Monsieur Fogg watched my bustling about our cabin with suspicion. You look as though you are planning an escape, he remarked. Well, we should be honest. I am meeting someone. Monsieur Fogg's eyebrow twitched in that manner of his, but he said nothing, returning to his newspaper. I breathed a sigh of relief and hurried from the cabin to meet Golan on the viewing platform of the train. You came, she said. I am glad. As am I. She looked into my eyes for a moment, then smiled quickly. Taking my hand, she walked along the edge of the rail, the wind tugging her hair into a wild dance. The train's lamp was a single candle in an endless night. Lifting my hand past her cheek, she pointed my finger out into the desert. There! I saw nothing except evening stars. I shook my head, and Golan laughed. There! She exclaimed. How many stars do you know that move? She was right. One gleaming dot on the dark horizon was lifting upwards. Golan squeezed my hand. That star is the Garuda launching, she replied. It flies at night to keep it a secret, but now you know it. What is the Garuda? I asked. The world has been made small by airships, Golan replied. They pull everyone closer together, but our Garuda is faster still. It will turn this world into a single teeming city, and Urga will be at this new world's heart. Let's be nice. It sounds most formidable, I told her. Now you see why I'm studying, she replied. Everything about this new world will be different, and I will help shape it. I do not doubt it. Flatterer, her dark eyes flushed with hot anger. A moment later, she stood on her tiptoe. Ooh. What do we do? Oh, well, come on. It's got to be the first option, right? A moment later, she stood on her tiptoes and leaned forward. Out there on the deck of that remarkable train, with the endless Russian night bitterly cold, the Lady of the Steppes kissed me. Oh, lovely. More conversing, because we still need to figure things out here. May I see your ticket? So we know we can get there. And we know we can get to Yokohama, so that's probably our plan for now. where can we get to from there? I think Honolulu is one sometimes. Maybe not on this occasion. Okay, where else could there be? I'm not sure. Port Moresby? That's in... no. Oh, wait. Back to Yokohama, because we want to try to find a route here. Manila? Not sure where that is. San Francisco, that's... Oh, really? Wow, I was not expecting that. Yeah. Interesting, okay. Wow, so that would be a long trip, but that would be a pretty worthwhile trip as well. Okay, that's something to think about. Looks like Yokohama's looking the way to go, if we can get there without this problem I've been talking about this whole time showing up. Assuming it is the place I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure it is. But I might be horribly wrong, who knows? It's been a while since I played this game. Rosa absconded once again, and her mother caused quite a ruckus in the breakfast car. Apparently the girl is affianced to a rich, rather stiff-looking German merchant who boarded at Tomsk. I predict this comedy of errors will come to no happy end. As the sun set over the Tiger, Monsieur Fogg expressed a mild boredom with a monotonous view from the carriage windows. My own feelings were quite different as I stared across that wild view, a view that I liked so much that once night had fallen. I went to stretch my legs on the viewing platform for the second night in a row. Oh, well, that was slightly unexciting, uneventful. Might as well wait at this point. Ah, now that's the one I was thinking of. This should give us a route. Yeah. And that one, I think that one goes to Honolulu? Or somewhere? Yes, it does. That particular route there has a very interesting story. I'm tempted to do it now that it's shown up, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Converse again, because we can. We're still coming up with a lot of the same options here. And we know we can get there. And we know we can get there. Now, San Francisco. Where could we go from there? Probably a lot of places. I'm trying to think. Just pick something. Come on, game, you can do it. There you go. Oh, right, because we have the train timetable, so we know about that. That's right, of course. Just pick some places. Is the train going to Moscow? No, it's going from Moscow. How would you get on a train and not know that? Just pick some places. Oh, right, he mentioned that, didn't he? I kind of skipped over that. Okay. Karimskaya. Okay, that's the one on the way. We crossed the halfway mark of our journey today. In the morning we wound up the Angora Valley towards the mining camp of Irkutsk. Jeez, these words are crazy, man. The great city of Siberia. I saw Golan disembarking with her suitcase of books, and struggling under the weight. I rushed to her aid, but she brushed my help aside. "Generous sir," she murmured, "but I cannot be seen to be helped by a Frenchman." I stood back, stung, and watched as she met a man on the platform, an uncle perhaps, who scooped her up with great familiarity and led her away to a horse, parked neatly in the yard beyond. And then she was gone. Again, we could disembark here. Where are we? Can we figure that out? That's where we are, that's what it said, right. I don't think there's much here. I don't think I've ever stopped here before, so there's probably not much point, so we'll just stay on board. We waited while the luggage was unloaded by leisurely porters and moujiks, while the whistle blew and the train's engines wound up once more. Our journey continued, and by afternoon we had reached the magnificent expanse of Lake Baikal, as clear as the finest crystal, bounded by flower-banked cliffs on the western shore and containing a thriving, raucous population of freshwater seals. The track ended at the lake's edge, but the great train showed no signs of stopping or slowing. I began to feel, as my master would say, a little perturbed. Now, my friends, this next sentence will seem to you the invention of a madman, but I assure you it is utter, unvarnished truth. We drove straight from the shore onto the clear water of the lake, causing barely a ripple. I looked out of the compartment window and saw the wheels pulled out, and, zoot-a-laws, the train was hovering in the air through some unseen mechanism. I probably said that wrong, by the way. Yeah, just stay in the carriage. I stayed in our carriage in the whole of the duration of the crossing and had the singularly odd misfortune of experiencing seasickness in a locomotive. Nice. I feel we've had enough conversations at this point. Now, if Fogg is injured in some way, you can use like some of the items he's got to help him a bit. So that's what we did there. Right. I contrived a meeting with the mysterious couple, though to be strictly accurate, I knocked over the red-haired woman entirely accidentally. She was very game about the whole unfortunate incident and introduced herself as Madame Ksenia Petrovna Volkova. Yeah, be nice. I offered to buy her tea as a recompense. She accepted, but declared that I must use her personal stores of tea and invited me back to her heavily guarded carriage. Her companion turned out to be an engineer by the name of Sinan Yahudi, who... seemed lonely and eager to converse in any language other than Russian. He had defected from the Ottoman Sultans to the Russian Tsars some years ago, and was the genius behind the rapid construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway. He seemed reluctant to talk of it, and so I changed the subject to lighter topics. He had a particular fascination with minerals, and could hold forth on them for hours. I listened eagerly, nodding and exclaiming at the more obscure facts which he revealed to me with relish. He rummaged in his bags and presented me with a chunk of glittering green malachite. This was mined in the Urals. I want you to have some of it, Passepartout, he said. It has some value. I hope it will be of use to you. The hour grew late, and I took my leave. Madame Volkova thanked me for entertaining her companion, and warned me to say nothing of what Monsieur Yehudi had told me to anyone, with a smile that belied her light-hearted tone. A strange day. Ooh. So that is another thing we've got in our inventory. These suitcases are starting to fill up, huh? Oh, look who's back. And we're doing the same damn thing at this point. So San Francisco. So we know we can get to New York on the train. I guess we can say that. Quebec City. Quebec City is Canada, isn't it? Maybe. I don't think I've ever been to Canada in this game. That could be interesting if we go there. Miami, that's more down south a ways, I think. Like I said, my geography's not great. I don't know America that well. So that was Central America there. There is little to report of the outside world, and so a word today on Russian eating habits, more specifically, the Russian distaste for regular mealtimes. I met a fellow Frenchman today who said to me, the Russian meal is a guide to the Russian character. I begged him to explain further, and he obliged me. The guiding principle of the national cuisine is that all dishes must be capable of being served at any time the eater feels disposed. He sacrifices his finest susceptibilities to his love of freedom. I resolved to keep this thought in mind on future approaches to the dining car. If our locomotive suppers are not triumphs of culinary art, they are at least signal examples of logistical achievement. That's one way to put it. This journey does indeed take a long time, huh? We pulled into Karamskaya at noon. From Karamskaya, it was possible to branch onto the Chinese Eastern Railway to Beijing. So we can go down to Beijing from here. I don't think we should do that. I don't think there's much value in, like, going down this way. Because, like, my thoughts for, like, general strategies for this game is if you're not going east, you're not making progress. So, going directly south is not all that helpful to us. So, I guess we should stay on board, but I'm still worried about this. But let's do it. We had further to go aboard the Trans-Siberian. Rosa's mama interrupted the piece of our luncheon with loud and terrible wails. Apparently, Rosa had eloped with her peasant lover, Jek, at Karamskaya, leaving her mother to appease her irate German fiancé. I bought the fellow a drink, as he seemed in dire need of it. I do not understand, he raged. I could have given her everything. But the human heart, monsieur, I demurred. It is a strange beast. I could have given her the world, he replied sadly. I am in ships, monsieur. Airships are popular, but freight ships will be the cornerstone of the new world. Ooh, let's hear about this. Tell me of your ships, I suggested with kindness, and he obliged, informing me of his finest vessel, the Water Lily, a steamer that piled the sea from Yokohama to San Francisco, both over it and under it, for she doubled as a submersible. Now, we've already heard of that, haven't we? Because that was a route we discovered earlier. A most marvelous invention. He agreed dully and brought another round of brandies, which I was disinclined to refuse. That's interesting. I swayed my way back to my carriage, flushing the knowledge that I'd performed a great kindness. So I guess you could make it so that she stays with that guy, and maybe something happens if you do, I don't know. More conversing, because we're not sick of this yet. We've done so much of this. Yeah, we know. And then San Francisco. So we know all of these options. Let's try New York. I really should check ahead. Where's where next time this comes up. I think we tried all of these. We tried Dallas, I think. I don't know. Oh, there we go. That was the right answer, I guess. Why don't we ask about Dallas? Because we might find a way there. Washington, that's pretty close by-ish, maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just pick some places and, you know. Okay. I don't think those routes are going to be helpful to us. I think next opportunity I will take a look, and that is right now. The thing is, like, you can stop mid-story things and, like, check around. Sometimes I kind of feel like it's cheating to do that in a sense, because, like, normally when you're in your planning, the time still ticks by, but in this it doesn't. I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's cheating, sometimes I don't know. So that goes, so it's sort of, yeah, I believe I've taken this train line quite a few times actually. That's why I kind of want to try to see if I can do something a bit different this time around. It's like we have Canada up here. I've never been to Canada, like I said. There could be some interesting things up there. It's like maybe if we were to stop in Chicago or Ohio or something. Las Vegas, that would be interesting. I've never been there either. I'm sure there'd be some interesting gambling related stuff. Okay, anyway. Monsieur Fogg conceived of a desire to read an English newspaper in the morning, and so I resolved to track one down to make my master's journey more comfortable. It was not a simple matter, however, as most English periodicals were banned or heavily censored by the Tsarists. Well, we're not gonna do that. I prevailed upon Madame Volkova, who was only too happy to furnish me with the required materials, which I pressed and then presented to my master with a flourish that evening. Why would we steal from someone that's just mean and rude, and other things? You know what? We've done enough conversing, let's wait for a change. This Black Rose person we still have to hear about. I'm really wondering where that's gonna go. So, we reached Ussurisk today. From here the train continued on into Vladivostok. Yeah, oh, so the game does warn you. But such a journey was only open to military personnel, so it was closed to us. So what will happen if we go there is there is a way you can get like these military papers that'll give you access. If you go there without them, you'll be searched and then they'll find that you don't have them and you'll get jailed for like, I think it's like a week or something. So that's taking away a lot of time. The thing is, if I disembark here, where the hell am I gonna go? Because my whole plan was going from Vladivostok, but... Oh no, I might have to go, like... back down to, like, this area. Oh man. I think we have to get off. I don't think there's any other way about it, because... I don't want to waste, like, a week in one place. So, we'll disembark. We disembarked and set about finding accommodation. I'm glad the game warns you. I couldn't remember if it did or not, but it does, so that's good. And we do indeed have the option to explore. Let's check the market first. Traveling cloak, railway cap, loaded dice. I don't know what the loaded dice does. I've seen it come up a bit. I don't know what it does. I don't think we desperately need any of these things, so we will just leave them. What are you referring to, Fog? Let's explore. And hope we find something useful. Nikolayev had been a sleepy little trading village on the banks of the Razdolnaya River till the Trans-Siberian. The town now displayed all the signs of a hasty expansion. Let's just go past that. Still, signs of the past remained. A 12th century stone tortoise from a Jin dynasty grave sat quite peacefully in a patch of park, testament to Urals' Chinese and Mongolian heritage. There was little to do in Urals, apart from a bargain with fishermen for transport to Vladivostok, a task made significantly more difficult because we did not have official papers allowing us entry to the military port. Monsieur Fogg was convinced it was merely the matter of offering the right price. Yeah, I agree. We've got money for it. If we can do it, we should. And I was of a similar mind. We could ill afford any more delay. But the option didn't come up. Can we still get there from here? We can. That'll depart tomorrow. And that's the fishing boat. And they were just talking about the fishes, right? So, if we take the boat there, maybe during that trip we'll be able to get there and it'll all work out. But I think that's something we'll worry about next time, because this part has gone on for quite some time indeed. This part involved a big long train ride, which was fun and exciting. Anyway, things should start to pick up a bit more next part, because hopefully we'll start making some darn progress across the world now. Because, I mean, we've been in Europe all this time. And now we're just starting to get into Asia, so, you know. Anyway, that'll be interesting when we get there, but for now... Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.